and welcome to my new Zoom video communication web series, Raivision Reflections, and I'm Satish Rai. Raivision Reflections consist of critical analysis, reflections, and thoughts on some historical and contemporary events and issues that have impacted our communities and nations in the past, which still influence us today and can impact our future. I'd like to thank Shri Shradanand Harinandan Singh Ji from Holland, who has sponsored this series. I start with the first series, A Doctrine of Discovery. This is a popular conference paper that I had shared on my academia.edu web pages. This is a long presentation, so I have decided to make several short episodes. And here is the first episode of the first series, Raivision Reflections. Doctrine of Discovery, European Invasion, Genocide, Colonization, Human Trafficking, and Profiting. An introduction. This paper is based on much recent post-colonial researches which are now available to the general public via print and audiovisual media. While this article and presentation is my own research-based work over many years, I applaud all those before me and those who are presently engaged in the researches and documentation of history, which provides counter-narratives to the existing popular Eurocentric narratives written by the European men and parroted without much common sense analysis by many even today. For some 500 years, since the European invasion of the non-European lands began, the history was written by invaders to justify the genocide, land grab, human trafficking of people of color, and brutalities that were unleashed on them by the invaders to maximize profit for the invading people and their respective countries. For most of these 5 centuries, this history remained hidden from the common people. Those who were exposed to this version of history believed in them. My personal position on religion or dharma is that they are personal issues for individuals and each person has the right to do whatever they like within the law of the country. However, I strongly object to any person or a group of people who impose their religious views on any other person, groups of people using politics, weapons, or enticements. My long and continuous research has shown to me that religion has been used from the time of Moses till the colonization of Fiji under the guise of the promised land by the god to a selected few and later by the doctrine of discovery since the 3000 AD when Constantine of the present-day Turkey manipulated the Old Testament to justify Christians to conquer, commit genocide, colonize, and enslave the conquered people. In the 15th century, they were further codified by Pope Alexander VI on May 4th, 1493. These concepts unfortunately run through all the 3 Abrahamic religions, starting with Moses till today. Since then, millions of people have been killed, raped, enslaved, and their land were taken from them for the benefit of the conquerors. My research has shown that this is true also in the case of Fiji. 2 separate incidents have contributed towards me writing this article. First was when doctoral candidate Krishna Raji informed me that constitution for the Kingdom of Fiji was written in Australia in 1871 and the second one in 1873. This information got me thinking why these 2 constitutions were written by Australians and New Zealanders when we have been led to believe that in It was the British who had colonized Fiji in 1874. For me, further investigation on this issue was necessary. My findings are presented towards the end of this paper. When Krishnaraju informed me about a conference he was organizing on the Fiji Gilmi Day 22 on 14th of May, I decided to write this article in preparation for that conference. I intend to publish a book later in which I will address the issues that I have raised in this article in more detail. In all my previous literary works, I have delved deep into the history in order to understand the current issues. I have attempted to do that once again. The genesis of Doctrine of Discovery, the promised land by the God. The second incident was a video presentation by Mark Charles on the concept of Doctrine of Discovery. The video by Charles, a Native American Indian, compelled me to dig deeper into this concept and has been an inspiration for me to write this paper. Definition of the promised land is that land that was given to Abraham and his descendants according to the promise God had made in the Bible. It is a place where dreams or hopes can come true. It is stated that God spoke to Moses and instructed him to lead the enslaved Jews from Egypt to the promised land. The Old Testament describes the exodus to the promised land around 1200 BCE. The Bible justifies such occupation by identifying Canaan with the promised land, the land promised to Israelites by God. It is believed that after the death of Moses, Joshua led Israel upward into the promised land of Canaan. The Canaanites are said to have been one of the 7 regional ethnic divisions or nations driven out by Israelites following the Exodus. Specifically, other nations include the Hittites, the Girgashites, the Amorites, the Perizzites, the Hivitites, and the Jebusites, as stated in the Bible. One of the 613 commandments describe that no inhabitants of the cities of the 6 Canaanite nations, the same as mentioned in 7:1, minus the Girgashites, were to be left alive. Before the Christian era, the Roman Empire took undefended or unoccupied land, terra nullius, for the emperor. In the 4th century, the church and the Roman state emerged. Emperor Constantine established the orthodoxy of the Christian church in the Roman Empire, and Christianity was decreed the exclusive state religion of the empire in 380 CE. In the Middle Ages, the church acquired vast tracts of land from them. From the 11th to 13th centuries, the church launched the Crusades, an attempt to control the Holy Land. Lands not occupied by Christians were deemed vacant. The church arbitrated land claims among the Christian monarchs. I'll stop this session today, and in the next session, I will talk about how this early Christian doctrine of discovery was used to colonize the lands and people of color. Thanks for watching. See you again soon.